Welcome back to the Thrift Store Rundown's expedition to the Emmys, celebrating TV's biggest night on a budget. Where do I begin with this? Well, for starters, you know that the central mission around here, 24/7, 365, is to bring Hollywood home on a budget. There are some items I buy from the thrift store that I have to concoct little stories about, true and otherwise, to explain how they tie in to the central mission of this channel. And then there are some items like this one, the companion book to the 6-time Emmy Award-winning HBO dramedy, if you will, Entourage. A lifestyle is a terrible thing to waste. They pretty much do the talking for me, and they deserve the most sacred, coveted places high upon your bookshelf. And that's coming from somebody who, just like Modern Family, is viewing Entourage as an outsider. I haven't seen Entourage before. But then again, one can't help but be eager just to get caught up in the adventures and misadventures of superstar Vincent Chase and his entourage. Eric, aka Big E, Turtle, Johnny Drama, and Agent Ari. Even though a lifestyle might be a terrible thing to waste, I don't have enough time to waste just to wax poetic about the cover alone, even though it's slightly scratched. So we better get into this now. This book was written by Tim Swanson, designed by the PhD design firm, produced by Meltzer Media with the full cooperation of HBO, published by Pocket Books, and picked up for $12.99. It's not often that you come to the thrift store and pay a price that woefully expensive for a book like this, or any other book, and yeah, it is woefully expensive compared to the other books that I purchased around here over the past 6 years. But when you consider the retail prices, $30 stateside and $34.99 in Canada, consider this. This is less than half of the stateside retail price, and I can assure you, it's worth every penny. Especially if it chronicles a hip series that became hip for a reason. The San Francisco Chronicle says, it seems to have created this aura of Hegelian truthfulness, sublime, effortlessly perfect. You'll see what they and I mean right now. I mean, if this isn't a dynamite way to hit the ground running, you tell me what is. Of course, this is superstar Vince Chase's day-to-day life, I'd like to think. He's a man of not many talents other than acting, but way too many women. Or for some of you, maybe not enough. In any case, these are Vince's women. Some of them fictional, some of them not. Like Jamie Presley and Mandy Moore, mainly of This Is Us fame now. This is Ari, his agent. Ari Gold of the Miller Gold Agency, played by Jeremy Piven, whose performance landed him 3 Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Comedy Series Emmys. 3 from 4 nominations with 1 loss at the beginning of his reign in that particular category. The less I speak about him outside of acting, the better. But the more I speak of him as an actor, particularly in Entourage, well, there's no arguing with 3 consecutive Emmy Awards. And he carries half of the Emmy bulk, by the way. The other 3, the other half, outstanding sound mixing for comedy or drama and animation. And because Ari is such an admirable character, I gotta profile how you can achieve his style. As the saying goes, behind every good man is a good woman. That's why I profile Mrs. Ari next, the wife with no official first name, other than Mrs. Ari, aka Perry Reeves, who, by the way, is the hero of this review. Check down here. There is kind of a divisive reaction to her character, Mrs. Ari. But hey, the words "thanks for watching" certainly apply for any book that earns 5 claps, because they know, they're cognizant of just how powerful the fan response is, good or bad. As long as they watch, that's a good thing, and Perry recognizes that. Not to mention that Mr. Ari completely lucked out. I mean, she's such a smoke. Does she rank on par with Sloan, played by Emmanuel Cherokee? Well, you be the judge. I'm not at liberty to say, because again, I'm an Entourage outsider. But oh well. If you don't read or buy this book for the character bios and Q&As, the behind-the-scenes elements, writing, directing, casting, creating the Miller Gold Agency look, etc. If you don't buy this for the episode guide, well then, at the very least, I very strongly recommend, nay, encourage, nay, implore, nay, respectfully demand you buy and read this for Chapter 4, Success and Excess, the many perks of living the life, because it's this feature here that helps this book nab a Pulitzer Prize in popularity. And the Pulitzer Prize, by the way, is the Oscars of literary works. Essentially, this is the feature that helps the book hit a home run. Here we have character quips, mainly from the women in Vince's life. The ridiculously hot, exquisitely hot, supremely hot women. At least those are the orders that casting director Sheila Jaffe is given in casting guest roles, cameo roles, supporting characters, etc. And I gotta say, she definitely earns a gold medal for the casting of Emmanuel Cherokee as Sloan. And away from cameos such as Maria Menounos, who, by the way... yeah, we pretty much cover almost everything around here. And Jamie Presley and Mandy Moore. I mean, we also have a good number of cameos from Hollywood's elite on the other side. Like James Cameron, Peter Dinklage, Penny Marshall, Amanda Peet, Jessica Alba, James Woods, Bob Saget, Seth Green. The less I say about Danny Masterson, the better. Rest in peace, Bob. But this is what really takes it over the top. Eat, drink, live the lifestyle. The first rule of an entourage is trust your entourage. This means have someone in your group who is going to be advanced out and ID the most happening locations in any town before you touch down. Those locations are identified here in this legend. They give you the best hotels, restaurants, shopping destinations, celebrity homes, toys to be on the lookout for, plus clubs, beaches, car dealerships, and conquest, aka the misadventures in Vincent Chase's love life. Funny, this section here, I believe, more than half of this section that I'm pointing out right here is represented here. The other three here are not represented, and you don't see nary a conquest in the section that follows. But oh well, if you want to hang with really hot women, wherever, you have to go to the best places. To help you get started on the right path, here's the Entourage Guide to hotels, restaurants, gyms, bars, and clubs. If you get in, don't just stand there and gawk. So after this 2-page map here, outlining some of those locations, we get right into the nitty-gritty. The Entourage hotspots from seasons 1, 2, and 3. I know I'm going along rather quickly here, but I want you to be aware that if you don't watch Entourage but dream of living a lifestyle, if you can pull the money together, you're gonna have to take a chance and at least watch, like I want to do someday. We also have a glossary of Entourage terms, Entourageisms, if you will, a user's guide. But really, this is my favorite section of the book, no doubt. A guide to living like an Entourage character, to eating, shopping, and conquesting, if you will, with your amour, like an Entouragean. It's just awesome, and they range from episode to episode, so you get the full scope of things, like Lucky Strike Lanes, the Staples Center, Topanga State Beach, the Chateau Marmont. Yeah, is your engine revving yet for a book like this, of this caliber? Oh, the Playboy Mansion? Forget about it. So, to recap, I don't watch Entourage, but I should really start. If not for Sloan, if not for Tuttle, if not for all the elements that combine in this book, then maybe, just maybe, for living the dream to combine all these elements into my own misadventures trying to make it in the film industry, which is mainly what the show is about, and centers around the real-life misadventures of executive producer Mark Wahlberg. However, the awesomeness contained herein just couldn't wait for Odyssey to the Oscars. And if it had to, well, this definitely would have served as the grand finale like it's doing here. Get the inside scoop on the HBO hit comedy Entourage and learn what really happens when you make it big in Hollywood. If you don't know whether the following statements are true or false, you need this book. Vince spends $2,500 per month for drama's vitamin supplements. Ari Gold addressed this advice to Eric. Be a man, or as much as a man as you possibly can be, for God fucking sakes. It is very easy to find a ridiculously hot girl in Los Angeles. Oh, but that it is. Here's one of my favorite quotes. Friends are just girls you haven't fucked yet. Oh yeah. Filled with exclusive interviews, fashion profiles of the main characters, listing of the real-life LA hotspots where the show has been filmed, and more than 100 hilarious and previously unpublished images from Entourage's first 4 seasons, this book is an all-access guide to the glamorous world of Vince, E, drama, Tunnel, and Ari that proves maybe you can have it all. And long story short, this book delivers it all. I don't care that it's scratched up here on the cover. I'm giving it 5 claps. I wish I could give it more, but then I'd be violating my own rules. But really, in LA, there are barely any rules to live by other than try your damn level best to make it. So, this book just screams out bringing Hollywood home on a budget, and it just does so melodiously, so beautifully, that I'm placing this as one of the top 5 purchases I made this year. Mark it down. This one belongs in the top 5. Just like this kind of lifestyle would be a terrible thing to waste, this book as a whole would have been a terrible thing to waste. And for a lucky $13, I definitely lucked out. I hope you and your entourage enjoyed tonight's Emmys. It's hosted by Keenan Thompson. And hey, you might have been watching it by the time you finished watching this. So I especially want to thank you for tuning in. And who knows, if the man is hot enough, we might do round 3 sometime next year. Thanks for watching TSR. Now to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. And I'll catch you on the thrift side.